New introduction here. I want to get everybody's attention for what I feel will be a lucrative opportunity. It's the first ever NYSE marijuana IPO. We're making history here, and I feel this is just the first stepping stone in what is going to be the start of many IPOs on both the NASDAQ and the NYSE. I feel we're going to have a marijuana sector and marijuana ETFs in the future, and this is just step number one. If you are familiar with the industry, that's all I have to say. I know you're interested already. If this is new to you, this is going to be, in my opinion, the greatest financial opportunity in our lifetimes. This has never happened before. We have an established tens of billions dollar industry that the floodgates are going to open. It's becoming more and more legitimate legally, and this is just step number one. So Innovative Industrial Properties is the company. The ticker is IIPR. It is a real estate REIT that invests in medical marijuana facilities. And for this IPO, we have a new website, www.mjipo.com. I put together an hour of research video going through the filings, researching the company and the executives, and establishing a game plan, looking at some other IPOs and how they have traded. We're going to have a chat room with live Q&A during that day, Tuesday, November 22nd. And we'll also have the live webcam where I'll be showing our charts, going over, pointing out key support and resistance levels, looking at the volume that's coming in. I'm really looking forward to this opportunity. I hope you will join us. Thanks for tuning in. Let's get into the charts. Hello everyone, checking back in on gold. Here's the daily time frame, and it did end up being a bear flag. We were on the lookout for this as it was fitting the perfect channel of what a bear flag definition is, and now we have continuation to the downside. We did break the low by 41 cents. That's not a significant break. The bulls are clearly trying to defend this 1211 area. Let's zoom in a bit. The daily time frame is still right on the oversold level. And let's look at the hourly time frame to see this bounce attempt. So an oversold bounce at this point, the RSI bouncing from 30. We have a high of this bounce at 1219.02, a higher low at 1215.02, and we need to break 1219.02 to see a higher high play out after that higher low. So the bears are in absolute full control, and it was that break that actually drew those trend lines for that daily chart yesterday's video, and then overnight I woke up this morning and saw that the hourly chart was basing off of this support pretty much exactly, and usually that's not the case because I was drawing it on the daily time frame. So I was really surprised to see that it was fitting so perfectly on the hourly, but we got a break in the morning and then an all-out dump after a little short-term recovery attempt. So looking for an oversold bounce at this point. Why is gold so weak? Well, we have gold really weak, we have oil weak today, we have natural gas weak today, and that points to one thing: the dollar. We did not confirm the bearish reversal spinning top. We are on our 9th green day in a row, and we are breaking out. Highest price in 13 years. I was 15 years old the last time the dollar was this high. So we can put it on the monthly chart and zoom back, and that's why there is so little resistance here, because it was an all-out dump for the dollar back in 2002 to 2005, and very little resistance was established on that dump on the way down. So now that we've broken these levels, these lower highs, the trend slowly changed. There's the trend change, breakout, and then consolidation, and then further breakout. So we're looking good here for the dollar bulls. We're looking up at 102.15. Could go all the way up to 109.77. Depends on how much momentum we have, but clearly the dollar bulls have a lot of momentum. We will consolidate on the daily time frame after 9 green days in a row. There is no sign of this consolidation just yet, but that is not helping these gold bulls at all. So where do we stand on gold? If we break 1211, we are looking at 1200. This is an absolute must-hold level. Look at the uptrend turnaround of this trend, and we've got our breakout, establish a base at 1200, higher high, and if we break 1200, we break the higher high pattern. And it's almost a little bit of a head and shoulders pattern where we have our left shoulder, the head, and then the right shoulder with that neckline at that 1200 level. So if we lose 1200, we're looking at 1180 and then essentially down to 1100. That is the last thing the bulls want. If we break 1200, these bear miners are going to do very well for weeks, if not months. So bullish reversal inside candlestick yesterday on JDST. Look at the low of yesterday, 32.34. Low of today, 32.36. Did not break the low. Bounced off the 10-day support. As soon as we broke 36.48, that's the bull signal. Inside and up, bullish break of the candlestick, increase in bull volume, and we have a new support established at 31.20, and now we're heading back towards that high of 46.01. Checking in on dust, similar scenario. It didn't have a clear hold of the inside candlestick like JDST did, which shows why dust is weaker. Dust pulling back, breaking the low of the past 2 days. Look at JDST, higher lows, and dust broke that today. So very clearly, if you're playing bearish, you want to be in JDST, and if you're playing bullish, you want to be in NUGT. That's the way things are going right now. Upper Bollinger Band rejecting dust, bouncing off the 10-day moving average, so that's the channel we're looking in. JDST is in that same channel. And we look at these the bull miners, looking like a potential bear flag on the daily time frame here as well. 2-day short-term bounce, cool off the technicals, and then an increase in bear volume, and looking for movement to the downside. Let's look at the weekly long-term time frame. Bullish reversal candlestick attempting to form on these bull miners. We'll look for just another lower high to be set. If we do get a bounce, we rejected from the 10-week last time. That level is still ways away, 50% almost. And let's check out the bear miners on the weekly. Still trying to turn around this trend. You can see the big volume that started coming in ever since the bottom was found. Higher lows and higher highs. Bulls want to close above the upper Bollinger Band on the weekly to remain in breakout mode and try and continue this reversal of this trend. So bears is the way to be looking. Short-term oversold bounces along the way for gold will give short-term oversold bounces to those bull miners, and 1200 is the must-hold level, and we're keeping an eye on the dollar to see just how strong this breakout is. Obviously, it is very strong at this point, and we'll see how much continuation we get. Weekly chart for the dollar has seen 2 huge weeks in a row, and essentially 5 of the last 9 weeks have been extremely bullish, breaking out. So I hope this helps. I appreciate you watching, and we'll check back in tomorrow to see how the week wraps up.